Okay, here we are on the third video in our Statement of Adjustments series of videos. So we have done some basic calculation. I'm going to click on G23. I'm going to hold my Control key down and click on I23, and I want to put underlining into the cells. Now I'm not going to use the underline tool, because what that does in Excel is that will just underline just the number rather than the width of the cell, which means I'll end up with nothing in I23. So rather than using the underline tool, I'm going to go back to the borders tool. I'm going to click on the arrow and I'm going to choose bottom border, and that puts a nice line there. So I'm now going to click on G25, and what we want to do here is we want to add up these three numbers. And so I'm going to do that by using the sum function tool. So that is up here, and it actually has its own little icon right here, and what it will do is it will add up whatever numbers you want it to add up. So I'm going to click on that tool, and it puts a suggested formula into the cell that I'm looking at, and that is not exactly the range that I want. I really want it to add all of these numbers. So I can make that change quite easily. While this little box is active, and you can see that it's active because the borders are moving, I'm just going to click and hold. So click and hold onto G18 and drag down to G23 and let it go. So my formula now is going to be adding whatever is in these cells in this range. I'm going to hit enter. That gives me the number that I want. Now what I can do here is, if I had numbers here to add up, and if it was the other side of June the 30th, my tax adjustment would actually be sitting over here in this column. I could use that sum function again. What I'm going to do rather than that is I'm just going to retype this information down here. I'm not actually going to retype it. I'm going to put a link in to this cell so that I don't have to retype, because anytime you retype something, the potential there is that you're going to make a mistake. So I'm going to put in the world's shortest formula in here. It's referred to as a linking formula, and anything that is in this cell that I link is going to show up here. So I'm going to start equals, and I'm simply going to click on I15. That's the information that I want to put into that I25. I'm going to hit enter, and there we have it. Easy, easy. Okay, so I'm going to click on G25, hold my Control key down, and click on I25 to select the two cells. I'm going to go up here to the borders, and I'm going to choose a bottom double border. You always finish off with a double border. Now, let's go in and format these numbers. And so I'm going to simply select the entire range, which just makes it easy to do. And I'm going to go into the number dialog box, and I'm going to choose currency because I want a dollar sign, and I want 2 decimal places, and I'm going to click on OK. And that puts a dollar sign in every single cell. Now, the sample that you're looking at doesn't have a dollar sign for the tax adjustment or the cash to close. That's a personal preference kind of a thing. If you don't want those dollar signs, so if you want a dollar sign at the top of your row, or your column rather, and if you want a dollar sign in your total, but you don't want a dollar sign on these two, just select these two, go back into the number dialog box, and where it says symbol, click on the arrow, choose none, choose OK, and there you have it. So pretty simple. All right, moving right along here, we're going to put in the signature block. So caps lock, Scrump, and Jolly. Whoops. It would help if I could spell. All right, and I'm just going to enter twice, and I'm going to type per. Now we want a line for signing, so I'm going to tab, and I'm just going to select the next 2, 3 let's say 4 columns. You can just eyeball this. You might actually maybe just only those 3 cells. I'm going to go back to my underline tool, or my border tool, sorry, and choose a single bottom border. That gives me a nice line for Harold to sign. I'm going to type his name underneath. Don't forget the QC. Okay, and underneath that I'm going to put his initials, followed with a slash, followed by my initials in lowercase. And underneath that I'm going to type E, ampersand. Whoops, that should be caps. E, ampersand, O, E. Now, this means errors and omissions accepted. This is a little thing that you're going to see at the bottom of many statements like this, and basically it means that if there is a math error in here, you can't hold me to it, right? So it says errors and omissions accepted. All right. If you are looking at the sample, and I assume you are, the last bit of information here is we have 3 paragraphs of information to go into the document. I'm going to stop right now. We're at 6 minutes. I'm going to stop right now, and then we'll finish this off in the next video.